You know, I'll be the first to admit that we've got a pretty crazy show on our hands here, so sit back and enjoy.
First off, don't refer to me simply as a rapper. I'm a lyricist, a former verbal gymnast, oratory contortionist. I bend and shape words and phrases to help create a way to penetrate and permeate throughout the sonic landscape. Thoughts expand like a rubber band, a plastic man. It's snap to reality, and in return to burn them in. I know you're choosing every syllable into my memory bank. Tapping areas of the mind where many draw blank. Alias jigsaw, but known as Randall or Randy. To friends and family, we set sets on files, so keep an extinguisher handy. I demand to be acknowledged for the way I slaughter any mic you handed me. We're not the performers of miracles, just the performers that can drive a crowd hysterical and do lyrical innovation. We get kids with ADD captivated for the show's duration, cause every word I say warrants your attention. So if you miss it the first time, just put your CD on repeat play. Pro on narcotics that was spitting the fiends, just got them hungry for our written routines. Cause every word I say warrants your attention. So if you miss it the first time, just put your CD on repeat play. Pro on narcotics that was spitting the fiends, just got them hungry for our written routines. The wheels of motion during my days of adolescence, improving my lyrics and developing my stage presence. Move crowds, whether I was bleak or effervescent, taking honey spooning like it was shampooing with herbal lessons. Intriguing to both sides of the brain, hypodermic flow breaks the skin into the veins, contaminate and then reconfigure the game. So consider this a notice to whomever it pertains. Many just don't understand, I'm no less hip-hop just because technically I'm in a rock band. So though the feel of the beat's different, the amount of heat I pack into a verse isn't. It's no joke how I add punch to my lines, add crunch to your time. You can eat up the rhythms but don't lunch on the rhymes. You always can't wait to watch me keep steadily spitting till I dehydrate. Cause every word I say warrants your attention. So if you miss it the first time, just put your CD on repeat play. But on narcotics that was spitting the fiends, just got them hungry for a written routine. Cause every word I say warrants your attention. So if you miss it the first time, just put your CD on repeat play. But on narcotics that was spitting the fiends, just got them hungry for a written routine.
To get that sort of skill, a man would have to train for years.
They for effort, I infamously get an A for attitude. They for regression, enable my astounding aptitude. They for the ample application of my acumen that staggers the brain that has not so much they need an aspirin. And they for all of the attention and applause that I acquire after kicking another amazing A bars. But my GPA dropped, that's attributed to the fact that I was delinquent daily from the Mureness class and got a D in that. You can't just get on stage and ramble endless nonsense, but a lot of cats that's on the scene today just ain't seeing that. Simplicity is taking the place of quality, and as self-respecting artists we just can't continue feeding that. Cause that's what'll end up killing our music. So we write for ourselves and whoever's feeling our music. We never sell our souls, just put soul into what we sell. Listen closely and you can tell, cause every word I say warrants your attention. So if you miss it the first time, just put your CD on repeat play. Rub on the narcotics that was spitting the fiends, got them hungry for our written routines. Cause every word I say warrants your attention. So if you miss it the first time, just put your CD on repeat play. Rub on the narcotics that was spitting the fiends, just got them hungry for our written routines. Like a 30-pound block of plastic attached to a fuel tanker with a gasoline leak. And when we sold the scene, I best believe they were gonna keep it here. My jokers on the wayside continue to fall off like leopard limbs. I'm sickening, vomit inducing, causing fever, stuffy heads and body aching. Not steady mobbing, steady making so many different kinds of jams, so many different kinds of shows. Eating my white homies beat my shit and say, I'm no beginner, bitch. I can tell that everyone wants me here, so just in case anyone starts getting the right ideas, I got a dimmer switch. From the umbilical cord to the mic cord, to the face to my thread, and I cross heaven's gates through the grace of the Lord. Not to be rude, but a lot of jokers couldn't drop some hot shit if they sat in open flame. Now I'm eating spikes and Mexican food. You can't deny that. Years later, I'm causing flashbacks. Every rhyme is with LSD, now strip off that. The way we managed to keep it so blazing that the heat that's giving off makes the polar caps get frost. I'm leaving at the day's end. We still illuminate the skies when the sun drops behind the horizon. The way we managed to keep it so blazing that the heat that's giving off makes the polar caps get frost. I'm leaving at the day's end. We still illuminate the skies when the sun drops behind the horizon. Soon as I boot up, jokers think I'm calm, cool, and collected, and that's true, but I'm not too disrespected. My name's Jigsaw, so I do cut into confidence and into your egos. I'm virtually part of your reality. Sounding the cost to live with resounding force. To the whining with his moan. My hands are cheap but successful. I'm linked to microphones, but be careful what you choose to download, cause every cornerstone file sees dropping jewels on our rhinestone rhyme style. My information superhighways like the Autobahn, man. The shit I'm on be frying the bonds between neurons. I'm in the storm trooping, blast the past done. So if you got the nerves, I'll be the brother bouncing on your last one. All my attempts to hit you in the head fail, cause I always go over it. 100% you say your brain can still be a half-wit, so sit back, get from weapons, sight and sound. Double click harmonica, processing 3D CS on your monitor. The way we managed to keep it so blazing at the heat that's giving all makes a polar cast be frogs. How even at the day's end, we still illuminate the skies when the sun drops behind the horizon. The way we managed to keep it so blazing at the heat that's giving all makes a polar cast be frogs. How even at the day's end, we still illuminate the skies when the sun drops behind the horizon. Cover the remainder of the 360 degrees that you think I don't see. So as far space, there's no residual for any individual to penetrate. I locate him in my peripherals and we intercept and neutralize trespassers on general principle. Watch them fools freeze up like deers in headlights. I guess we'll be dining on venison, catch wreck like Sam Kinison. Presentation's top notch from the start gate to the finishing. A man is peaceful, but our presence still menacing. While many others' efforts prove meager, we stay on point like petrified extended index fingers roll deep like a paraplegic basketball team. Don't even touch our reality, no wonder y'all scheme. Space will have to be rearranged, and now that we're here, the pecking order will have to change. Mindset inexplicable, damage gone where we're not applicable, and how we'll come at your next is totally unpredictable. The way we managed to keep it so blazing at the heat that's giving all base to polar caps be frogs. How even at the day's end, we still illuminate the skies when the sun drops behind the horizon. The way we managed to keep it so blazing at the heat that's giving all base to polar caps be frogs. How even at the day's end, we still illuminate the skies when the sun drops behind the horizon. Solid fixation, and until I figure it out, I'm cutting all communication with the outside world, cause my inner world's just as vast and tend to suck me in just as fast. What once was my place of meditation is now the free roaming habitat for all my trepidations. We know what to feel safe anymore. I pace until I start to wear a groove into the floor. I'm too tired to move, too wide to rest. I can fight my impulses but not the stress. I feel the air being siphoned from my lungs while I'm slipping down the ladder trying to cling on to the last rung. I write my feelings down in an attempt to let it all out of my head before it all comes to a head, but still I feel it coming now. One day I'm gonna break down, just a matter of time before my mind sees fucking and shuts down. Fear's off course, from then on raw emotion becomes a driving force. I feel it coming now. One day I'm gonna break down, just a matter of time before my mind sees fucking and shuts down. Fear's off course, from then on raw emotion becomes a driving force. My time in solitude is proving fruitless, and I don't see a therapist as anything more than an opportunist. Why should I be paying for 60-minute sessions of someone answering my questions with even more questions? Surely the numerous directions that I try to stretch makes the thought of me losing it not too far-fetched. I feel as if I'm always in motion but going nowhere. My work achieving nothing but wearing my bones bare. I wish that my third eye would produce a tear that will wash it clean of all that makes this vision unclear. And I wish I had a moment of rest, or the strength to carry a heart that's growing heavier in my chest. I don't want anyone to talk to me or touch me. I feel I'm close to the edge already, so don't nudge me. Cause talking only reopens wounds instead of aiding in my betterment. It makes it even more evident that it won't be long now before it all breaks down. Just a matter of time before my mind's just fucking and shut down. Fear's off course, from being all raw emotion becomes the driving force. It won't be long now before it all breaks down. Just a matter of time before my mind's just fucking and shut down. Fear's off course, from being all raw emotion becomes the driving force. Control me, it won't happen, even on the day my soul leaves. Physical plane, my physical frame will probably still be kicking and screaming if I feel I'm being restrained. Information constantly floods in, but I can't process it fast enough so that it makes sense. The line between real and imaginary blurs. Anxiety burrows into my sweaty brows and furrows. My body radiates nervous energy as if an beast pumping adrenaline right into me. My eyes are bloodshot, I'm fidgeting like I was crouched back in line waiting for the start of pistol to pop. The reason doesn't work with me. I'm out the gate with a head of steam that gets so hot it makes the mind of shattering ready to murder me. Pressure grows till my head finally overloads and explodes. Time has come now for everything to break down. Foundations crumbled, everything I built tumbles to the ground. I lay amongst the rubble and dust completely numb and completely oblivious. The time has come now for everything to break down. Foundations crumbled, everything I built tumbles to the ground. I lay amongst the rubble and dust completely numb and completely oblivious. Well, let's forego all the formalities and just start racking up casualties. Most fools can only come strong one season a year like allergies. These MCs only cause me a light sneeze and itchy eyes, but I pack a histamine block and it's still going strong by the time this second wind dies. Whereas I can hit any time without warning like food poisoning. E. coli, salmonella, served up raw, turning the stomachs of any and all half-baked meddlers. I waited for quite a while, stay patient and calm, but now we want to be worldwide like the web, so call us cornerstone.com. I maintain excellent neural activity. Even on my worst day, I can still steal Zeus's thunder and chariot Jack Apollo to make my getaway. With Poseidon dropping water balloons off the side, we're here to moisten but not saturate a land that's long been left to dry. See, the combination of my talents and frustrations simply means that any verbal altercation could lead to a punk's career's abbreviation. Cause even cats with skills, caps get peeled. I mean scalped in their high skin, buried up to the next when the tide rides again. What you gonna do? Hasty decisions got you into this position. The time's hands keep moving without reversal or intermission. You'd have thought before you acted, you'd have chosen not to act. Hindsight is 2020, but now your vision fades to black. Hasty decisions got you into this position. The time's hands keep moving without reversal or intermission. You'd have thought before you acted, you'd have chosen not to act. Hindsight is 2020, but now your vision fades to black. I'm more torn and battle-born like my state of residence. When I'm online, I'm off the hook. I read, burned, and sat down and rewrote the rule book. On another level, not the same level, just in a different phase. Just cause the sliders will be dropping in on your dimension one of these days. Mutating our DNA, so we'll never fit your mold. Levitating like Jean Grey, so you can save that joint you roll. Because I'm already high off audio stimuli. 21st century angel domini, flavor from a wise guy. See, plots and schemes of even the tightest teens fall short of full realization. More than peaking the brain's constant efforts towards global domination. I'm sending you on a permanent vacation from your physical state of being, and I'd be very thankful if you ask God to drop us a postcard. No post is necessary. Fools were told don't shoot to the sea to watch in my eyes, so I got the asses rolling right up on the HQ wearing sunglasses. Metaphysically murdering masses of unworthy mic rippers, thereby thinning the herd and giving the formidable mic rippers the space to breathe that they deserve. Hasty decisions got you into this position. The time's hands keep moving without reversal or intermission. You'd have thought before you acted, you'd have chosen not to act. Hindsight is 2020, but now your vision fades to black. Hasty decisions got you into this position. The time's hands keep moving without reversal or intermission. You'd have thought before you acted, you'd have chosen not to act. Hindsight is 2020, but now your vision fades to black. Wide windpipe, cause we're gonna be jamming this down your throat when we serve you. The early bird missed out on the worm, cause I was up an hour earlier. Your bets to figure out which direction to start bleeding in, cause ass kickings will be an issue start now. You don't wanna be on the receiving end, because when long-winded MCs turn asthmatic, that shows me that they're in a place during the time doing something they wasn't supposed to be. They say that they're building, but I say that they're just a detriment. They claim that they're monumental, so we're covering them in pigeon excrement. And when our ship comes in, don't try to be a stowaway, cause the rhymes that you spit ain't worth the ink I spill on the pages of rhymes that I throw away. So you can scrounge for our scraps, I hope you choke. And don't try to comment everything I say at one time, you give yourself a stroke. Cause the head rush can cause blood vessels to bust under pressure if your mind halted from a grind on my first line. So I guess you're not up to the challenge that you set, but we'll finish this just for closure. We're too hot, and we're leaving you out in the cold with dive exposure. The days of your life stop flashing before your eyes, better check your timer, cause you got T-minus 0 seconds before getting put through the meat grinder. With no hopes of saving yourself as the shots of pain start to burn through you. This all could have been avoided, but I bet that didn't even occur to you, right? Hey, see, decisions got you into this position. The time's hands keep moving without reversal or intermission. If you'd have thought before you acted, you'd have chosen not to act. Hindsight is 20/20, but now your vision fades to black. Hey, see, decisions got you into this position. The time's hands keep moving without reversal or intermission. If you'd have thought before you acted, you'd have chosen not to act. Hindsight is 20/20, but now your vision fades to black. Cause once the time's gone, you can't get it back. Once the time's gone, you can't get it back. What would you do if I met you anywhere besides here? I mean, without the lighting, loud music, and the whole club atmosphere. Would you speak to me or would I get the brush off? And would you stop for a second or would you rush off? My only reason for asking is to see whether you're just being social or on some level you're feeling me. Cause when I scoped you, I hoped you show me that smile that you're flashing to me right now. I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but I must say that tonight you're looking quite delectable, so I might give you the once over. Hey look, I made a request, the DJ said he played my song after this one's over, and I would love it if you would join me on the floor for that song, or maybe even a couple more. Don't worry, I'll only get as close as you do. There'll be no freaking or grinding unless of course you want to. Time sure flies when you're having fun, nearly an hour and a half is passing. I feel this night has just begun, but I see your girls are rushing you out, so take my number, I'm sure we got plenty more to talk about. Cause you got me more than just a little curious about your take on different things concerning us. Whether it be for or against at best, my goal is to at least pique your interest. Cause you got me more than just a little curious about your take on different things concerning us. Whether it be for or against at best, my goal is to at least pique your interest. What would you say if I told you that I'm not always this forward? That it usually takes all of my guts just to muster up 4 words. That usually I'm the type to admire you from afar all night, but never seem to quite make the move, not sure how to make the conversation ensue. Hoping by chance I'd be approached by you, cause you seem like the kind of woman that gets hit on so much that your guard is up when you see him coming. So understand, even though I guarantee that I'm not like the average man, all in your face front and talking about nothing, I can't lie. It's about to let you just walk by, but then I fear this chance will never come again. Now I know what you're thinking, this sounds like game and cheap lines that you've heard a million times, but I assure you that my statements are genuine. But I guess it makes sense that you're not convinced, so allow me to provide the proper evidence. I'm sure that if we were to get a chance to spend some one-on-one time and pick each other's brains a bit, that you see that I'm not just talk, and I'm positive that you'll understand why I'm being so inquisitive. Cause you got me more than just a little curious about your take on different things concerning us. Whether it be for or against, at best my goal is to at least pique your interest. Cause you got me more than just a little curious about your take on different things concerning us. Whether it be for or against, at best my goal is to at least pique your interest. How'd you react if I turned on some music so we could slow dance in the living room? Walked up behind you and just let my arms envelop you. Let my cheek press up against yours while my hands traced all of your body's smooth contours. Or how would you like it if I laid a blanket of soft kisses that trail from your neck to your shoulder blade? Hope you don't mind if I nibble a little and whisper sweet nothings into your ear until they start to tickle. But then you know that you're invited into my room where burning candles are the only lights provided. And when you kiss me, unable to tell if my heart had stopped or just started beating double time. Now before we would begin, I make sure that my lips have covered every single inch of your skin, if only to ensure that you're equally as excited as we lose ourselves and let our bodies be united. I watch as your chest starts to heave and the light reflects off of the sweat that starts to bead, and we start working even harder to please. Loving how your soft moans growing to loud erotic screams. And you can squeeze on my shoulders and back as the rush overtakes us both and we collapse. A climactic end to our story that can't be made possible unless of course you choose to join me. You got me more than just a little curious about your take on different things concerning us. Whether it be for or against, at best my goal is to at least pique your interest. Cause you got me more than just a little curious about your take on different things concerning us. Whether it be for or against, at best my goal is to at least pique your interest.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Control of my own mind and put it into your hands for safekeeping. When did I start letting you grow more and more powerful at the expense of watching myself weaken? When did I stop nipping things in the bud and start letting the thorns on the stem puncture my flesh? When did I let my own wants depreciate in value and start considering your opinion priceless? I would have given my life to you if you hadn't already taken it over without me noticing. My thoughts are no longer my own, and decisions are made and executed before my vote is in. Just tell me, why do you feel like I deserve to get treated like your lapdog and be kept subservient? Now I'm totally dependent. It's gotten the way you got me second guessing my respect. Cause when I try to move left, I'm feeling drawing me to the right, like I was shackled from the ankle to the wrist. My pride never gets easier to swallow, but I readily do it whenever you insist. Cause when I try to move left, I'm feeling drawing me to the right, like I was shackled from the ankle to the wrist. My pride never gets easier to swallow, but I readily do it whenever you insist. Cause I can't resist your pull. It's easy to bend over backwards when you no longer have a spine hindering the movement. It's hard to feel spread so thin, but at the same time so boxed in that there's I felt the need to come to me. Cause now you reject the person I once was, and neither one of us respects the person I've come to be. But I don't dare speak up, so I sit idly by with my teeth grinding and my fists clenched. I'm sure it doesn't bother you in the least, but I'm selfless now to the point of non-existence. Cause see why you try to find ways to cause more friction. I'm in a state of confusion that defies description. Even when I try to wait to see what you plan to do, every move you make's a contradiction. Cause when I follow you left, I feel you draw me to the right, like I was shackled from the ankles to the wrist. My pride never gets easier to swallow, but I readily do it whenever you insist. Cause when I try to move left, I feel you draw me to the right, like I was shackled from the ankles to the wrist. My pride never gets easier to swallow, but I readily do it whenever you insist. Cause I can't resist your pull. Smile is spread across my face, but still I'm not happy. This is the mask that I wear for you. I wait anxiously for the day this comes to an end, but never seem to fight to break away from you. Facing the mirror no longer belongs to me, and my legs no longer support my weight. So I fall to the ground and start to take my own hole to crawl into. But as soon as my new bed was dug, I felt that familiar tug pulling me back. Draw me to the right, like I was shackled from the ankles to the wrist. My pride never gets easier to swallow, but I readily do it whenever you insist. Cause when I try to move left, I feel you draw me to the right, like I was shackled from the ankles to the wrist. My pride never gets easier to swallow, but I readily do it whenever you insist. Cause I can't resist your pull. No freedom, only hope. No hope, only acceptance. No freedom, only hope. No hope, only acceptance. What you gonna do, Witcha? Now I'm through with ya. I'll admit you were banging, but I couldn't permit you to make my life misery. So I figured we'd end this before it got any more ugly. What you gonna do, Witcha? Now I'm through with ya. I ain't gonna bullshit ya, I've been meaning to ditch ya. So if you can't just let this die peacefully, my advice would be to simply get ya, step out of the picture. It took a while, but it became clear that you and me were just a bad idea. Cause what were once my intentions that brewed between you and me eventually seemed to grow exponentially. You were intentionally trying to get under my skin, and you succeeded. I figured I'd give you time to start acting right, but you proceeded to take advantage of my love for you. But everyone's got the limits, and I've about had enough of you. Contrary to what you have come to believe, I'm not as weak and naive as you probably prefer. So I'm not surprised that you seem so surprised that a situation such as this ever could occur now. As far as thought, I've given this quite a lot. You say I'll miss you when you're gone is one sure way to see if you're right or not. And if you are, I'll say so, but for now, don't let this knob hit with your butt when I'm kicking this door shut. What you gonna do with ya, now that I'm through with ya? I'll admit you were begging, but I couldn't permit you to make my life misery. So I figured we end this before it got any more ugly. What you gonna do with ya, now that I'm through with ya? I ain't gon' bullshit ya, I've been meaning to ditch ya. So if you can't just let this die peacefully, my advice would be to simply get yourself out of the picture. Far be it from me to say that I never did anything wrong, but I know when it's time to move on. But you don't seem to be taking it quite as well. All your back-to-back beats, I got my page on low sell. It's strange, for as detached as you used to be, I'm shocked that my who is and my whereabouts and things you even care about. You said with me, time just dragging along. You're glad to be gone, but now everywhere I go, you wanna be tagging along. As far as being friends, that's cool, but make no mistake, there's no more us. There's a me and then there's you. So don't show up on my crib ballin'. And if you really hate me and don't wanna speak to me anymore, fine, stop calling. And if I'm seen with another chick, take your friends out my face. I ain't gotta explain shit. My love was there, but you opted to fight it. Lots of luck finding someone that treats you as good as I did. What you gonna do with ya, now that I'm through with ya? I'll admit you were begging, but I couldn't permit you to make my life misery. So I figured we end this before it got any more ugly. Hanging out with the cool ex is fine. It's one of them exes that ruins a good time. So unless you don't mind the flipping in public and embarrassing you, whatever you do, don't be bringing your witcher with you. situation, I still can't find a reason to stay. You and I was walking on, but now that it's all began, you should remain that way. I was good to you, but you were no good for me. Nothing you say is gonna make me sway. I never wanted it to be like this, and if it had to end, I wish it had to think this way. No matter how I try to rationalize the situation, I still can't find a reason to stay. You and I must have walked on, but now that it's all began, it should remain that way. I was good to you, but you were no good for me, and nothing you say is gonna make me sway. And in the midst of everything we fought about, should've thought about what you gonna do with ya, now that I'm through with ya. I'll admit you obeying, but I couldn't permit you to make my life misery. So I figured we end this before it got any more ugly. And by advice to the fellas, hanging out with the cool X is fine. It's one of the X's that ruined the good times. So unless you don't mind us living in public and embarrassing you, whatever you do, don't be bringing your Witcha with you, stupid. When I step forward, I make moves, jump back. And once I leap, they ain't got time to peek, cause I begun the attack. So when I rip, tear, scratch, fight, kick, ball, strike, cut, break, snap, and stomp, but that's all. Right in movement's unachievable and inconceivable. Don't just try to give me hell, but to no avail, then I must show 'em. But not before I blow 'em off the map. But coming with that tight ass crap rap. I drive nails into your brain cells. Me and Cornerstone leave the weapons like Danny and Mel. You get
6 million ways to die.
but I suggest you choose one. If not, son, the game is getting run. I might some manufactured by Smith & Wessons, or if your half-ass is half-stepping, it's bound to be a mess. Same the process within the murder of some MC, but fuck trying to prove I'm guilty, yo, I confess. Silly jokers play with and lose their vertebrae when it's time to take it to the stage and see who gets thrown away. So now you cross my line, I place booby traps on my rap and lace all around the strychnine. If you're again, they jumping off up in the section of town, it's bourbon night to leave your face down on the playground. So when I rack a mic check, don't hit pause, don't hit eject, everybody hit the deck. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
just like that. You get see you wanna beat me, but you're not competitive. I'm standing right in front of your grill, but your optics sense are still read negative. So you better live your life on your toes, my Q's and your P's. Your shoes out those eyes across those T's, made ease. Words become law for all y'all. Little bows speak before you fuck around and catch a beat. And little Jack turning in on my fans get blown to smithereens, and I'll be gone before the smoke clears. They even say you could do me something that's blasphemy. It never happened, cause you holler where your heart should be. And the hallers get knocked down like bowling bands. So spend no one when I strike, cause I'm deadly at the 7 sins. Names the Randall's Inferno, your paradise is false. You were ready to pay the price until you learn the cost. You myth without folklore, better pull your resources. Play some different strategies and blossom new courses. Forces working with me, I'm steadily making headstones and writing eulogies. Custom made for you MCs. Get too big for your britches, acting like bitches. Start running off at the mouth and get plans to feet south. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
just like that. You get watch what I back raps when I go busting, it's spontaneous. I become the center of attention. All the MCs become extraneous and petty like a circus freak. I'm just one rapping a rap game, but rap a body up. The name wouldn't sound asleep. Still leaving a sour flavor on your gum line. But since the taste of blood from where I commented your canines, you made a mistake of dissing me, getting gas. Now you look stupid with your foot in your mouth and must get your ass. Now when you think of me, you waver. And that alone should smack you up like Josh, when the noise is dead like Ava. So what I'm gonna do is locate you. From a basic instinct, grab a nice pick and perforate you. Putting 44 mag bullet holes through your white flag. Make sure you stand in alphabetical order, so I have to sort through toe tags. Clip them and zip them, emboss them and toss them. Leave them for the homicide unit if they even come across them. I take no shit and take no prisoners. The body part partitioner, the most inventory replenish, I will finish them. Forcefully and unremorsefully, my gas shavers, gallows, electric chairs, and private squad stay busy. Barrels overheat, but shots still come. And every round is a sound that's as precise as the previous one. You can run, but can't escape my watch fly. Take no pleasure in killing, but I enjoy watching them die. Trying to step to this, you get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
your body is all over the block, trying to step to this. You get
Flatline.
just like that, you get flatline. Just like that.